You like a bowl?
I didn't expect it to still be hot. Mark, you have to grab the end, honey.
Okay.
Because it's hot. Okay.
You made this sellers now?
I do.
Oh, I did. Have you made it before?
No, but I've had it before.
You mean you experimented on us?
No. This is Aunt Carolyn.
Okay.
So is this. Yeah. Aunt Carolyn is well represented here. All right. Here.
Would you like me
Do you
to
want
add
this or
it
do you
down
want?
there?
What?
You want it down there?
Well, we've got the text. Here. Put it in.
I'm slowly filling up like a gas tank.
Shelley,
I haven't heard a word out of you.
I've been watching them, for the last month or so.
Watching who?
He's building that jail down there.
Oh, yeah? What jail?
Boy, what a poor place. That man from New Mexico that took everybody off the death penalty.
No, honey, no more, okay, not more.
He was innocent.
We're not in death penalty.
You know when you were talking about five
Yeah.
I tried that the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Got water,
I'm glad you like it.
took off the nail work, went to corner on it,
Didn't pay
and
attention.
nailed me.
Yep.
Prosecutor.
It's a rechargeable, but I'm getting more batteries.
Well, I mean,
Well, $120 a year.
No,
You know what? It was the tape I was talking about, not the batter. I mean, the batter I was talking about.
Most is 67 or 55. My wife tried at home.
Well, they're still,
I had a certified deal.
Is that the dragon?
Cases with signed by. Huh?
it was a company
But you know what? In this picture, you can't see the faces at all. I can't see your face. I should. There, that's a good picture.
Can you see me now?
I got you and Gertie both in. Oh. Evan, just look. That's a good boy. You sit right there, Justin. I'm going to take your picture. Yes, I am. I'm taking it right now. There's your mommy.
Can I ask you a question?
No.
You consider a
No.
You're going to see your picture pretty soon. We're going to put it on the TV. Then you'll like it.
I still don't know.
I do too.
Don't watch TV, you're gonna
Yeah.
I get behind the cat till about 80 and I just cruise about 70. Stay right with it.
Oh,
You know what I was going to say?
Florence. Florence.
Wait this quick, Gary. Wait just a few minutes.
Jeff, you know about that.
It's still off through the night and day. And in and out of the women. What's that?
What city?
Orlando.
It's in a suburb.
Great.
Kathy gets and in and out.
The suburb of it is one of the...
And always.
I got a lot of busted.
That's where Katie's goes now.
Hey, Justin.
Justin, go back to Barbie.
Justin. Hi, Justin. How are you? My, you look nice.
On camera, Justin.
Remember that place out there?
He say, can you get grandpa's out?
Who's in it? Oh, that's an old lady.
I got
Sure.
something you
I
can
know
play
that.
with.
Gale owns that place.
On November 30th, 1986, we had a party at Meadowbrook Country Club to honor Marvin Gale's 60th birthday.
Candy, huh?
I've got those little mints, and then I've got that crack stuff. You want them on separate ones? Well, here's the mints. There. I think think maybe... Well, we'll get more plates. Yeah, but I think you only need like another dish here, another dish here. And I put like half in there, half in there. Right, see how that looks.
Now you're smart. Same way as the car you got.
You like that, huh?
Legs, huh?
Yeah. You didn't think I had such pretty legs. Of course, that was about 45 years ago.
I brought that and I don't know that we need it. It's kind of hard to get it on that other one. And it doesn't really look that good. Yeah. You don't have anything else. Just one more sitting on it. Gotta go green.
We're going. It's going.
Is it going?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so finish up the party.
Right, rocking and rolling. Okay, now get close together. Get cheek to cheek here.
Okay.
Okay.
Where's everybody?
Happy birthday.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
We thought possibly we were just going to come drag you. 5 minutes after.
Oh, well, they better start getting here. Yeah, you're right.
You call it 6, though. We're 6:30 early.
Isn't it lovely weather out there?
Yes, it is. It's getting cold.
What's it doing? It's getting cold.
Oh, yeah, that wind is blowing like crazy.
Yeah, that's what,
There you go. Myers, hello. That's my son, Evan.
Hello, Evan.
Myers,
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Hi.
Okay, now you can say hi.
Would you like something to
There we
drink?
go.
Here they are. This way.
Hello.
Thank you. We are here tonight to celebrate Marvin Gale's 60th birthday. He has asked me to serve as master of ceremonies, and I have accepted. What an eagerness. Helen and I want to... What an eagerness. Helen and I want to welcome everyone here this evening. We appreciate you all being here, and we are very grateful tonight especially because my two children, Nancy Klein, stand up please. Quote-unquote photographer, my son Evan Gale.
Let's see, wait a minute.
We're sorry that my son-in-law Steve Klein cannot. We have a jukebox over there, and we've got a lot of good music. We want you to dance and have a good time, drink all you want. I made an exception for you. We pass the bread around. We're going to have my son give the blessing over bread. Evan, you're on again.
Mouthful of mostly like him, men are.
I can't break this. It's good once you get this. You use up all your energy for the balloon. Oh,
It's recording now.
Say a couple jokes.
60th birthday. Evan, that's the only joke I know with Evan.
It's okay, go ahead.
Say one that's funny.
Yeah, it's working right now.
Go ahead.
Okay?
Yeah, we're recording.
Well, as you know, when we men get up here and say something nice about a relative or friend, naturally you just can't get sentimental. That's for the women, you know. So the first thing you have to do is stick a few needles in him. You have to say something nasty about him before you say anything nice. Well, I had a little difficulty with that, so the first thing I did, I went to my sister and I said, you know, Carol, I need a little material here so I can say something bad about Marv.
You should have gone to your brother-in-law.
Before I give my speech. And Carol reminded me that the last time there was any sibling rivalry was before we knew what sibling meant. So that didn't work out. So I thought, well, maybe, you know, I could find out, say something bad about him being a parent. So I went to Nancy and Evan, and they said, unfortunately, Marv has always been very supportive, even more so since they became adults. So I went back to Helen and I said, Helen, you know, tell me something about a lousy kind of a husband he's been. And she kind of flashed her furs and jewelry at me. Said she couldn't think of anything at that point. So then I thought, well, maybe I can, you know, think about something nasty to say about what kind of a merchant he is. But then I reminded myself who really drove Macy's out of town. So that killed that idea. And then I realized if I go to some of his friends, they could tell me something about him that I could use. And they had lots of things to say about him, but my generation can't use that kind of language. So I went back to Helen and I told her my problem. She said, the only thing I can think of is that he's oversexed. And I said, Helen, I can't use that. So consequently, Helen, I regretfully have to decline the opportunity to say anything nice about my brother and give somebody else, maybe Harold Popper, the opportunity.
Marvin for the past 38 years. Here's a woman who has to be made of iron. Here's a woman who is durable. Levi Strauss should make jeans of what Helen is made of. It would revolutionize the industry.
An ode to Marvy on his 60th birthday. I promised Helen I would write a poem in honor of this day. To say it came easy would be a lie, but here's what I have to say. When Mother and Dad added you to the family, they both shouted for joy. And 2 years later, I came along, but I wasn't a boy. We grew up to be pals, shared friends, guys and gals, and loved each other a lot. There was Davy and Bill, and Herb would act kooky. And don't forget our little dog, Spooky. Your Army days were sad ones for me. I missed you an awfully lot. But you soon returned home, never more to roam, and for Helen you were so hot. When you married Helen, you got the best. She loved you as much as I did. She washed your socks, cooked bagels and lox, and never said no, God forbid. Soon there was Evan and Nancy to tickle your fancy, and life for you was sublime. You worked at Dad's store, sold piece goods galore, and told funny stories all the time. Now you're a grandpa, and what could be better? Shaylin, Michael, and Jonathan are perfect to the letter. It's true you felt you had it all. Your fulfillment reached the top. Till one fateful day, you visited that pet shop. Now you have Dandy, a cute little guy, and Skipper is lots of fun too. There's no doubt in my mind of any kind they both are crazy about you. It was hard to begin this poem, but it's even harder to end it. Let me say, dear brother, you are like no other, so kind, loving, loyal, and splendid.
Where'd Evan go?
You're very talented.
Yeah, did you get, you should get this recorded.
Nobody can talk so long that he has to have a chair.
Oh, you gotta go.
They're gonna take your shoes off there.
No, it just came off.
Oh my God, Herbie Passman.
Listen, I just want to tell you that after the delivery that Harold Klopper made, everything else would sound like people actually like you. But I am not here to say things like that about you. I am here to thank Helen particularly for having this party, because I know if it were up to you, we'd either have no party at all or be eating at McDonald's.
Right. You know me, Herbie.
You have told the story from time to time how I taught you how to do a Windsor knot.
Right.
I know I've heard you tell this in public. Harold and I were kind of discussing this tonight, and he thinks all these years that I should have made the knot much tighter. If I can get this out of here, because you have to help me with this, Marvin.
I do.
Will this reach?
Yeah. I'd come over there.
You will have to come over here.
Yeah, looks
In fact, you're going to have to sit on my knee.
Oh my God.
I promise I'm not going to diddle with it.
Yeah. Be kind.
Here, you sit down here, because we're going to do an act together. Sit down right here, babe. Come here. Can you all hear this?
Ow.
Try out. That ruined it. Lorraine and I wrote this little number for you. Climb up on my knee, Marvin Gale. Please don't take a pee. There's no use denying. I can see you crying, 'cause your guests came free, Marvin Gale. When there are gray skies, we don't mind the gray skies, but you make them black, Marvin Gale. Friends will forsake you, but Helen said she'd take you. We're glad you did, Helen Gale. Left on the doorstep in swaddling clothes, they thought you were Jesus when they looked at your nose. Now you're old and gray, dear. What else can I say, dear? We all think you're gay, dear. Marvin Gale! Happy birthday, Marvin. Many, many happy birthdays.
Thank you, honey.
Yes, who else? Nancy, you want to go?
You want the strip?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh, hell, man.
Let me give him. Oh, yeah. You can follow that. Yeah, really.
You got big feet.
I came into town a couple of weeks ago, and Dad and I were talking about his 50th birthday party, which happened to be right here approximately 10 years ago at Middlebrook Country Club. And he mentioned a comment that I made that everybody at that time thought was very funny, although at the time I didn't mean it as a joke. everybody was laughing and having a good time. And I said, what's so funny about being 50? Well, now that I'm 31, I'm beginning to see that 50 isn't all that old, but there's nothing funny about being 60. One of my early memories of my father is the backyard baseball games that we used to have. They were all organized by my dad. During daylight savings time, we'd rush through dinner, and all the kids in the neighborhood would gather in our backyard. Dad would pitch, and all the kids would hit and field. And I remember that there was a large window in the back of our house at the time. It was situated right behind home plate. And I don't know how many times we broke that window, but it never dampened Dad's enthusiasm for backyard baseball. Throughout the years, my dad imparted a great deal of wisdom to me. He used to tell me, always pay your debts, no matter how large or how small. I guess that he had an idea of how much I would be borrowing from him in future years. I don't know how many times that Dad used to tell me, Evan, when you get married, you lose your liberty. Well, some things you just have to learn for yourself. I guess that what I most appreciate is that my dad always supported me in whatever I wanted to do, and he always wanted me to be happy in my choice of careers. And so I forgot to get my wine, but I want to toast a great father. Happy birthday, Dad.
Great father.
Not too good at it.
Okay, I think I can reach the microphone. Okay, well, I don't have any memories of the past, so I can't go by that. So I would just like to propose a toast to my dad, Marvin. His love and support has helped me through many difficult times. Is that better? Okay. Words can't fully express the devotion that my dad gave me while I was in the hospital. He would come up early every morning before he went to work to orient me for the day. I guess I didn't know where I was, who I was, what I was. And then he would come back again in the evening to see how my day had gone. He's one person I know I can always count on. Dad, I wish you many, many more years of happiness and health. You're a wonderful father and grandfather. May we all be here to celebrate your 100th birthday. I'd like to say happy 60th birthday to a man who looks only 50.
Nice, honey.
That was beautiful.
You know, we asked Helen if she'd like to say something. She refused.
I really hadn't prepared anything for this time. Particularly, I was sitting around.
Going. Just hold it. We're going.
Okay. This is the truth. I really hadn't planned anything. I hadn't what to say or anything like that. But as I was sitting around the house doing nothing in particular, I decided to make a few notes. There you go. Now let's see, where do they begin? Well, I was very pleased all the nice things, quote unquote, that was said tonight, and I appreciate it very much. I hope you all had a good time so far. I hope the food has been good.
Oh, wonderful.
The evening has just begun. We've got a jukebox over there. There's a lot of our old favorites on it. A lot of songs on there I've never heard of before, and I'm sure most of you haven't heard of them either. But there are some good Glenn Miller music and some other old-timers and some new modern music that's good too. And I'm sure we'll have a good time. I've just been told, this is a surprise to me, that most of you know that my mother passed away in July. She was 92 years old, and of course she was very dear to all of us. She was a great woman. But we've been planning this party for a long time, and when Nancy, before she passed away, she said that she knew she wouldn't be able to be at the party, but she did want to say something, and my brother and sister, unbeknownst to me, went over there, and she recorded what she wanted to say. And I haven't heard it. They just told me about tonight. I want to play it for you, and we'll both be hearing it for the first time. I don't know how loud this is. Is this working? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Marvin, why don't you take it off of the stand and hold it down?
Let's see what she has to say.
I'd like to tell everyone here a little about my youngest son, Marvin. This may come as a surprise to you, but I never was too crazy about him. He was always a problem. He went in bed till he was 14 years old. He sucked his thumb until he went into high school. For a while, I was a little worried about him. I was so happy when he started going out with girls. Through the years, I have gotten strength from my old son, Bill. Carolyn has given me the love and comfort that only a dog could give. Marvin gives me Levi that has been... But seriously, I want to tell you what a wonderful feeling I have here tonight to see my son with his wonderful wife and children, together with his dearest friends and relatives. It is a heartwarming sight. I can only say to you, Marvin, darling, what has been in my heart for many, many years. I think you're a big schlemiel.
As most of you, a lot of you here probably know, this was a recording from my 50th birthday party, and my mother was the hit of the evening.
Yes, she was.
She was right up there, even with my friend Harold Klopper, who was the master of ceremony, and I'll never forget that evening. But I thought you'd all get a kick out of hearing from my mother again in a way that only she could impart. So thanks again for everything, and let's get the evening going, and we're going to have some dessert, and then we'll have some dancing. We'll have a good time. Thanks a lot.
And we go every 5 years from here on.
For you, yes. If I can still afford it, it's a deal.
Crooked as hell.
Hey, there's no music. How come they're dancing? Many years ago, it's steady. You get a case of it.
We need to have the lights there.
You know, I was talking to Daniel, I was calling the body, and he was telling me about when we were at
Let's sing. Wait. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marvin. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Now you feel my
really
You want me to put
I've always wanted.
Thank you, honey. That's lovely.
Move ready.
Another time, another place, another birthday, no disgrace. You're in your prime, dear. Another time, dear, we're making whoopee. Well, have a drink, forget the date, start counting backwards. You still look great.
Helen, you taking notes?
You're swell. Yes, you at making whoopee. Okay, so do you know what comes next?
No,
Time for a little dance for your birthday, and I even brought a special birthday candle, and I'll let these ladies know when to light it, but not yet, okay? I'll set it right there. Okay, but now, this is the dance of the 7 veils, and you have to count the veils when they come off.
Hey, honey, I think I'm still alive.
You can't. That time.
Get a whole other one.
For some reason I don't understand. They usually lose count halfway through, so maybe you guys can help them and call out the numbers. That is number 1.
We're going to run out of tape.
Oh, no. Stop it.
Give her a hand, Marv.
I mean, for your ride.
Say it again.
I'll tell you what said on your card, okay? Okay, it says, Hugh Morgan, Nancy, Evan, and Helen, you know them, right? And the message is for a birthday gift that suits just right. Yes, the only thing we give you a card on all.